What sets top New Zealand real estate agents apart? If you are a real estate agent clicking on this to see if I'm mentioning you, don't worry, I'm not going to name any names. I'm just going to give some character traits and the type of things that I want my agent to be like if I was going to choose them and give them a listing. And you as a potential vendor, you should be looking out for these things as well. When you're selling your home in a buyer's market, you are already on the back foot. There is so many things that your house has to tick in order to get a fast sale for a good price. There is location, there is the condition of the house, there's the staging, there's the marketing, and then there's the actual agent who has to deal directly with the buyers. Every single thing on the left side can be perfect, but if your agent isn't onto it on the right, all of that could be for nothing. Because what's the point in you having everything flawless and he just doesn't even answer the phone? He hardly gets back to anyone. He's slow on text replies, or she slow on email replies, doesn't have any of the property information handy. There's so many things that will just create friction between your buyer and the agent, and you don't want that, because what will they do in a buyer's market with over 40,000 listings? They will just go and look at another house. Taking on an agent that has come from a referral is number one. This is direct word of mouth, where whoever has referred them to you, you can find out immediately what they are like. It is not something that they just knocked on your door or you see an ad where anyone can say anything on video and you trust them. Second thing is, it's not about commission. Commission, I've gone through this so many times where some of the best agents did actually deserve their commission not to be discounted at all, because they did get it sold 20 to 30 grand more than someone else, and they got it sold faster, which could save you another 3 to 5 grand of holding costs per month. Then there's also the agency itself. Agent is good, but if the agency is bad, and I'm talking about just the way they do their admin, this is something else that is a pain. When I'm selling a house, I always like to look at what the process is like through a buyer. So when I'm listing with an agent, I say, cool, can you send me everything you normally would for a buyer to make an offer? And if they start sending me links and downloadable links, and you have to log into some platform or some portal, I don't like this. You need to be sending attachments straight to the buyer. No portal, no passwords. That's just creating friction. Sorry, Tama, this is what our agency does. It's our new system and it's supposed to... I'm like, sweet, gone. I'm not going to use you if this is what it's like. Everything's about creating less friction. When they send you as a buyer, they send 15 different purchase acknowledgement forms, so many disclosures, where if you're a first-time buyer, you're just going to get overwhelmed. You're not going to make the offer and you're going to end up buying something else that might have a more smooth process. So this is where agents and agencies need to get up to date, where people need to be able to do the stuff on their phone. A lot of them are utilizing DocuSign, which is now handy to use, but this is just the admin part. They should have their own really good social media. They should have a lot of testimonials as well, and they should be clear, precise with their communication, and they should be very effective in how they get back to me. So if I'm a vendor and I'm trying to call them leading up to it being on the market, and they're very slack on getting back to me about certain things, how are they going to be like when it actually comes to a buyer that's going to pay me the money for the house? If you're a vendor that's selling their house and you don't know many people, you don't sell a house every couple of weeks or something like me and my other team does, you want them to help you on every single thing that you have. If there's a small gutter leak, you want them to know a handyman. If there's the lawns need to be done, you want them to know a landscaper, a builder, a stager, cleaner, all of them. A good agent, especially in this market where things are quiet, why are you not filling your contacts list of people that you know your future vendors will need? This is just going to make it so much easier to just prepare the house for sale. One of my biggest pet peeves, and this is why I love agents and I give them loyalty when they do this type of stuff, is going above and beyond the beyond. You as a vendor, especially if you're flipping, could have forgotten something small. It could have been forgotten to clean this or vacuum the carpets after they're brand new, and the agent goes, can you organize someone to do this? In my mind, I'm like, you own a vacuum cleaner. Every single person on this planet owns one. Why can't you do that? You should have never told me about this. You should have just said, hey Tama, I noticed the carpet wasn't vacuumed. We vacuumed it for you. Don't worry about it. The biggest tick box, I will continue to use you. But other agents say to me, oh, you know, it's not really our job, mate. I'll never ever use you again, just out of principle. And the other thing, of course, is how good they are at dealing with buyers and negotiating. This is where they can be firm on actually getting the price that you want from the buyer, because some agents say all this talk when they sign up an agency agreement with you, and then when the offer comes in and it's 300 grand, 200 grand, 50 grand below what you thought it was, they're still going to present it just because, oh, Tama, I have to present all written offers. They don't have the initiative and the sales skill to push back on the buyer, which they should do because they work for you as the vendor. They don't do that. And they start bringing you lowball offers, and guess what they do? They start to now psychologically try and condition you as the vendor to bring your expectations down, just so they can get paid. The agent works for you as the vendor, but what you want to do is keep your ears and eyes open for when they start to turn and work for the buyer. They're supposed to work for the vendor, but work with the buyer. You have to give it to someone you trust for your biggest asset. So you don't have to play it super kind. You can be a little bit of a dick if you need to be, because they should understand that this is an emotional time for you. This is one of the most important things you will sign ever. The agency agreement and the sale and purchase agreement, because once that's done, you can't go back. Only the buyer can eventually pull out depending on your clauses. So the agents should be well equipped on everything real estate, what's happening in the market, what's selling around the area, and they should be savvy with their phone to send information to a buyer like that. Not, oh, wait till I go back to the office and the buyer walks. That is my number one thing I hate. So there's heaps of other things. If I've forgotten something that you want me to expand on, let me know in the comments. We've got some online courses on our website, investorpro.co.nz. We've had so many agents actually go through that course footage because they can see how me as an investor, how I like to think. And if you are a real estate agent, 10 hours worth of course footage there, it can transform your mind and help you with vendors to better understand them and to better understand the buyers. So that's at investorpro.co.nz.